special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
Not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. You look at this Steeler defense. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Now Jackson, work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd. Down conversion.
And that's patience to be admired right there, because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. This defense for the Steelers, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, it's not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up second down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Jackson throwing complete there to Flowers. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He loses 4, and it brings up 4. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But you've got to do it in your own backfield. I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. This, the second meeting of these 2 teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. The middle they go. It's Ford trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Griffin. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that to the 30. It'll be second down. You look at this Steeler defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Jackson to Bateman there, first down Ravens. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
From the 43, here's second down and 7. Jackson going to keep it running right. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
On third down, Jackson. Open man is Flowers. He's got it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 41, here's a second and 7. Jackson going to change things up a bit. To throw is Jackson. Looking to throw on second down. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
That'll be taken in by Flowers. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on third down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
They run the option here on first and 10. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Jackson going to run again. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And it's caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely to pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh will send on the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He may go. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 67 yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Ravens taking the field. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move him off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Jackson, option right. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have come back to make it a 2-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it. Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. On 2nd down, Griffin. He finds his man, complete. That's Ford. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now it's Griffin. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field, and they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what.
It got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 32 on the play. Jackson. pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now third down and 6 to go. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And that went off the mark, a little late with a throw. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They will start this drive with Ford. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 45 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Chamberlain. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Second and 7 from the 20. Up the middle they go. Ford. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Now Griffin. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. And this one is right through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides. But sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Jackson's throw here caught by Mims. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down now, but that clock rolling. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking for Bateman, he's got him complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now Jackson on 2nd down, and Walker has it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Getting caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where you see the final score there. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. 31-21, the final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ford, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Here is 3rd down and 4. Now it's Griffin. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Up the middle they go. Chamberlain. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
On 1st down, Ford. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Now they'll throw it with Griffin. And he's got it. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start this drive out on the ground. A nice little juke. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now 3rd down and 7. Now Jackson. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
The way the game has changed a little bit is that defensive goals have changed in a big way. Nowadays, it's not so much stopping certain yardage or whatever, but it's not giving up big, explosive plays. Anything over 10 yards, you're trying to hold teams below that. When they get one against you, as we just saw there, boy, that really hurts them. It puts them back on their heels a little bit and makes them a little bit less confident.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it to 26. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
It's complete. This is Starks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Jackson. Quickly into the hands of Mims. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Here's a 2nd and 5. In motion left, Flowers. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
But partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
And he will have a Ravens first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball.
We got it. We got it. Good job, D. Good job, D.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
59 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Second down and 6 now.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. We ain't giving up nothing. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Here's Griffin. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain of 32 that time.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try and run for it with Ford. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
And this is where you can't help but think about our friend, the coach, the late John Madden, because this was his kind of football right here. Line them up and let them get after it down in the trenches. And as a running back, you just need that one crease, one side of daylight. He finds it, and he barrels into the end zone. Touchdown, coach, just like you would draw it up.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Avoids him at the 40. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 32 on the play. Throwing is Jackson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
In motion left, Flowers. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Well, you know, if you've got the defense laying back, maybe that option works. But if you're coming hard on 3rd down,
it doesn't work because you force the hand of the quarterback and the runner too quickly. And most of the time, unsuccessfully.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. Now this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
For that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Here's Griffin to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Gonzalez. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a handoff up the middle. Chamberlain. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. This is Ford. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. They run the counter. Chamberlain. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll run on first down. Chamberlain stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Chamberlain. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
On first down, Ford. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Steelers, they get yet another victory to finish the year at 14-3 overall. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it could be a potentially devastating loss as they finish with a mark of 9-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.